You are watching Live Now from Fox. We appreciate everyone continuing to join us here on Live Now. I'm your host, Mike Pache. Always great to be with you. All right, next up, we want to talk about Governor of Illinois, JB Pritzker. Some financial disclosures came out this week. We found out that he was very, very lucky out in Las Vegas. Take a look at this quick soundbite as he was speaking to the media earlier this week.
I obviously, and I've explained this, or at least we did in a statement, that I went on vacation with my wife, with some friends. I was incredibly lucky. You have to be to end up ahead, frankly, going to a casino anywhere. It was in Las Vegas, and I like to play cards, and
all right, so that was from earlier this week. They're talking about the big win, $1.4 million. Let's break it down here. Bring in our next guest to help us do that from casino.org, Philip Conneller. Thanks for coming on here. And Philip, what do we know here about the lucky streak here for the governor of Illinois?
Well, the game is blackjack he was playing. And so obviously high stakes blackjack, the way that kind of works in a Las Vegas casino, the high stakes in Las Vegas casinos are about, 5K, 10K per hand. Obviously, if a billionaire like Pritzker comes to town, there could be a conversation. It could be a little bit more. And obviously he wouldn't just walk off the street like you or I and go and start playing. On the casino floor, he'd have like a VIP host, and he might even arrive in a private jet, and he'd have a kind of exclusive gambling salon for high stakes players. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting to kind of speculate about what kind of stakes he was playing, and how long he was playing for. As we know, he's a billionaire. His net worth is reportedly about 3.5 billion. He's an heir to the Hyatt hotels empire. One heir. His family, the Pritzker family, are probably worth something like 7 billion or something like that. So it's not, this amount of money is probably like us winning $30 to him or something like that. But we do, I mean, if we're going to speculate about what kind of stakes he was playing, would that kind of be interesting? We have incomplete information, so we do have to speculate a little bit. So we could quite imagine that perhaps he was playing, for a high roller like a billionaire, he could be playing 25K per hand. And in order to win 1.4 million, I've done some rough workings out on a napkin here. He would have to have won 56 net winning hands, and that doesn't mean 56 hands in a row, which is practically impossible. It just means he probably won around 56 more than he lost, which suggests he might have played around 400 to 600 total hands. This is speculation. And perhaps in blackjack, you see about 70 hands per hour. So perhaps he played for 8 hours, something like that. I mean, this is kind of my rough workings out.
Yeah, and Philip, I think a lot of people too want to speculate, what kind of blackjack player is he as well? Like, when he's on a hot streak, is he getting a little bit loud? Is he excited, or is he just sitting there very serious and be like, yep, the money's rolling in, I'm a billionaire type of vibe? You wonder what
I don't know. I mean, he's a politician, so maybe he's just a calculated kind of player, and a bit of a shark. Who knows?
Yeah. And, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, all right, you know what they should do? JB Pritzker should team up with Dana White, and they should do a blackjack tournament for charity out in Vegas, Republican versus Democrat. I think it would be really good around the holidays. What do you think about it?
Sounds good. Why not? I know.
Because I would I would actually like to see that. Dana White, he loves his blackjack and baccarat.
They both like to gamble. I think Pritzker did set up a poker tournament in Chicago for charity, so he does like to gamble.
Yeah.
He also, I mean, in 2019, he also signed a massive gambling expansion package in Illinois, which was part of a like multi-billion-dollar package to build more infrastructure. So people were worried at that time that they were turning Chicago into the Vegas of the Midwest. But and some of these casinos have sprung up. So I don't know how it's all going for him. But he's not averse to he's not anti-gambling, shall we say?
No. And lastly, I think a lot of people want to wonder too: does he go beyond poker and blackjack? Do you think he sprinkles a little bit in sports gambling?
He may well do. I think if you like to gamble, there's nothing wrong with a bet on your your favorite team.
I think a lot of the gamblers would like JB's bankroll too. That sort of would help, and maybe
exactly. Yeah. And, I mean, like I say, it is like winning that much to him, and he says he's gonna give it to charity, but winning that much to him is like us winning $30.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's neither here nor there, really. But it's important what he said as well. I think he was called away. We've speculated on how long he might have been playing, but he had to be called away, maybe back to Illinois. And he said, if I'd stayed there, I would have lost it all. So that's the big lesson, I think.
Yeah.
Quit while you're ahead.
Yeah, and that's the part the Vegas commercials do not really showcase, as always.
Absolutely.
All right, Philip, thanks so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Great conversation, especially on this Friday, to have a little fun with it as well. We appreciate it.